Okay. I'm going to start about the types of joins and in SQL Server, whether 2005 or 2008 or 2012. Let us understand what are the types of joins we have here. Okay. So let me first tell you the tables which are available in our case study to understand. We have a account master table. So account master table where you have complete information about the customer. Whenever he opens an account, the information gets registered in account master table. Okay? So when you open an account, your number say 108, say Ramesh, and in which branch you are opening an account, the branch BR1, BR2, and the balance. Okay, and the products we have savings bank, fixed deposits, and loan account. All of them we have, and data of opening an account. Like that, we have different columns. So when you open an account in a bank, this table gets the your name and address, everything. Okay. So once you open an account, you are you will be doing transactions. What type of transactions you do? You do cash deposit or cash withdrawals. These are the two types of transactions normally you do. Or you can also do check withdrawals, check deposits. Okay. So here we have date of transaction is the first column, account ID, and amount you would like to withdraw or deposit. So transaction type. So we have cash withdrawals. Okay. And we have another table called product master table. SB is the product ID, P name that is product name. SB stands for savings bank, FD means fixed deposit, LA means loan account. Okay. You just mute the phone. Okay. Now a product ID which is a primary key in product master table. Now the same product ID is linked over here as a foreign key. So that means we are talking about what are the relationships between these two tables. Okay. Now, so this is the primary key. The primary key is linked as a foreign key here. So try to understand this is not ulta. This is the foreign key. Okay. Try to understand. You have. Okay. And account master has, this is actually a primary key, and is this primary key is completely linked to this and here, and this is a foreign key. So you have to be very clear on it. So product master, account master tables are linked, and account master transaction tables are linked. So the linking is between these two, the linking is between these two. Okay. So these two in the not updates. Try to understand account master between transaction master. Okay. And product master and account master. There is no link between product master to transaction master. So as of now, let us take only these three tables. Is this clear or not? So we have a account master table, we have a product master table, we have a transaction master table. These three tables are joined. So if you clearly understand, product master table and account master table has joined. This primary key is linked as a foreign key here, and account master table is joined with a transaction master table. Account ID of account master table is joined with somebody. Can you just mute it? Somebody has, again unmuted it. Yeah. So account master, account ID. Hello, just can you check? Please mute the phones. Master ACID is linked to transaction master.sca. Okay. The tables are linked. Some, excuse me. Hello, somebody has muted the phone. Unmute the phones. Can you just mute it? Check once again. Venkat Shamanar. Yeah, mute. So these are the structure as of now we were discussing. So if somebody has unmuted it, you will get the sounds. Account master. Yeah, somebody has clicked any settings there. Hello guys. Okay, I think this is perfect now. The structure of a, can you just check it out? Don't click anywhere. If you click, then there is a problem. So please mute the phones. You connect the devices and all. Account master table, and so using speakers is it? Who's using speakers? So if you use speakers, then we may get this kind of issue, is it? Hello? Check it. Account master, product master, transaction master. This is the structure inside our bank database. Okay. Now the question is, when do I join tables? So you have to join tables when the tables are linked using primary key and foreign key. Okay. For example, I have account master table. I have a transaction master table. I have two tables are here, and the people may ask a question called who are the people who made transactions? So 101 has made a cash deposit, 101 again made cash withdrawal, 106 has made cash deposit, 106 has made cash deposit. So apart from 101 and 106, others do not make or did not do any transactions. That means if somebody is asking who are the people who made transactions, that means I have to join account master table and transaction master table and show who are the people who have done the transaction, who are the people who has not done the transaction. Because if I take only transaction master table, I don't get the name. But if customer says I need the name of the people who has not done the transaction, so to get the name I have to go to this table. To get who are the people who have done transactions, for that information, I have to go to transaction master table. So I have a transaction master table, account master table. I have to join in order to display the rows. Okay. So till yesterday we discussed about only using single table. So now we were discussing about if I have more than one table, if I have a primary key and foreign key and tables are linked, then how do I get the data from more than one table? That's where joins comes into picture. Okay, so the prerequisite for joins is you need to have a primary key and foreign key in the tables. If you have a primary key and foreign key in the table, then only you can think of a join. If there is no primary key foreign key relationship, so nobody should think of a join. Okay, so if you ask me, sir, can I join product master table to transaction master table? The answer is no. We cannot join because product master and transaction master tables are not do not have primary key foreign key directly. So these two tables you cannot join directly. But how do I join? If you want to join these two tables, the another way is you have to join product master to account master because these two are linked, and account master to transaction master. So you need to join these two and these two. Okay, so that you will join three tables. Okay, so if you want to join product master and transaction master, you cannot join directly. You have to use account master table over here. Then only you can join product master and transaction master table. Yeah, Manjunath has a question. Yeah, Manjunath, speak. Or you can just type the question. Yeah. Account ID is the primary key. So this is the primary key. Okay, transaction master, tell me. Where in transaction master? Okay. Yes, yes. Right. Okay. Now, yeah, you cannot do vice versa. If you go back to our ERD modeling diagrams, so you have a customer. One customer can perform many transactions. So this is one to M relationship. So account master is nothing but a customer. So you can say a customer table or account master, some table here. So one customer can perform many transactions. So each transaction belongs to only that customer. Okay. If you talk in ARD modeling like that, you will get one to M relationships between the customer table, the account master table to transaction master table. When you have one to one relationships, there is a rule. What is the rule? You need to take the wherever you have parent tables because one customer can do many transactions. So from customer you have to take the AC ID and it will become a foreign key in the transaction master table, not the vice versa. We discussed in AID model. Okay. Remodeling, then why is that? A transaction master ACID cannot become a primary key. Why it is a foreign key? Good question. Okay. For the answer is that one customer can open one customer can perform many transactions. Each transaction is performed by only one customer. So these two tables, account master table is nothing but a customer. Okay, I just changed the name to account master, but you think that this is a name not appropriate, you can put as a customer here. Okay, so customer table, transaction master table. One customer can make many transactions. One transaction each transaction is performed by only that customer. This is a pure one-to-M relationship. So wherever you have M relationship, you need to take the primary key of the parent table. That means wherever you have one, that's where you have the parent table. Parent table primary key would become a foreign key in the opposite table. This is the rule we discussed about, one-to-M relationship during the AID model because of that. So this is become clear. Okay. Now, anybody has any questions? Now we have account master, product master, transaction master. Okay. Now, what are the types of joins we have in SQL Server? So let us understand the types of joins we have. Join would be inner join or equi join or natural join or simple join. Add is outer join. Here we have three varieties: left, right, full. And the third join you have is cross join or Cartesian product, and fourth join you would be having is self join. Okay. Now the first question in interview is when should I use joins? This is the first question people would ask in interview. For the answer is when you have primary key and foreign key relationships between the tables, then only you have to think of joins. Otherwise, nobody will think of a joins. If there is no primary key and foreign key relationship, and if the tables are not linked like that, then nobody will think of any joins. Please remember this point. Okay. So when should I use join? Means if there is a primary key foreign key relationship, then only you have to go for a joins. Any RDBMS could be Oracle, could be SQL Server, could be DB2 or Sybase, MySQL. You can take any RDBMS. That is the prerequisite to use joins. So we have four types of joins in all RDBMSs. So inner join or equi join, natural join or simple join. The second one is outer join, third one cross join and self join. So let us understand what is an inner join. Okay. So a paint. So a set A have set A and set B. Okay. So this is the set A, and let me just this is set B. Now in set A, I have elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Elements 1, 2 like this. And here I have 1, 2, 3, 3. I have 5. Sorry, I have and 7 and 9. I have few elements over there. Okay. So I have set A 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. I have set B 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 7, 9. So these are the elements I have. Now let us understand what are the matched. For 1 to 1 there is a matching. For 1 to 2 to 2 there is a matching. For 3 and for 3 there is a matching. And for 3 and this 3 there is a matching. Okay. And 4 and 4 with there is a matching. 5, 6, 8, 7, 9 there is no matching. So if you take set A and set B, we have these are the rows we got matched. Okay. Now let us understand if I have matching rows and what would be the output. So let us take inner join. Inner join here. Inner join, if I have table A and table B, and if I join these two tables, how do I get the output? So first you get 1 comma 1 because 1 comma 1 is joined, one from set A and 1 comma set, so 1 from set B. Then 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, and 3 is repeated. So 3 comma 3 will be repeated here and 4 comma 4 will be repeated. Okay. So this is the output of inner join. You don't get 5, 6, 8 or 7, 9 because these elements do not have any kind of, the matching rows. Okay. So the point would be inner join always will get matched rows from both tables. So this is the things you need to understand. Okay, I have a set A, I have a set B. If I use inner join, so what are the rows I would be getting it here? The rows you would get is, so 1 comma 1 you can get it, 2 comma 2 you can get it, 3 to 3 you will be able to get it. Again 3 will be repeated because 3 it is repeated here again and again. Then you have 4, 4 will be matching. So for 5, 6, 8 and 7, 9 these are unmatched rows. So when you use inner join you always get only the matched rows 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, 3 comma 3, 4 comma 4 like that. So this is the inner join learning. Okay. Now what is the syntax of a in join? So let us understand the syntax also. How do I join? So you have to say select from table T1 comma table T2 because I am joining two tables. Select star from table T1 comma table T2 where you have table T1 dot primary key. So what is the primary key we have? Whatever be the primary key equals to table T2 dot foreign key. So this is the rule we have to follow. Okay. So syntax is very simple. If you want to join table T1 comma table T2, so this is the syntax. Select star from T1 comma T2 where table T1 primary key is equals to table T2 dot foreign key. You may ask, sir, can I make it reverse? What is make it reverse? Can I say T2 dot foreign key equals to T1 dot primary key? Can I put it ulta or reverse? The answer is yes, because A equals to B, B equals to A. There is no issue. You can write foreign key first, then you can go for the primary key. There is no issue. This is how you should be able to write the syntax. Is it clear? Now, let us take the syntax and let us understand. Yeah. Anybody has it? Yeah. Here not one to one because three you have and three is joined to more than one element. So it's one to m relationship. Right. So now we are talking about this one. So let me go back and open one Excel sheet and show you how this is performed in actual joins. So let me take. So I have, let me say I have account master table. So I have ACID and I have a name there and I have a balance. So let me take only these three things. So I have say ACID one name Ravi and balance is 1000 rupees. Then two I have Manjunath and I have say 2000 rupees for him. So like that I have these are the. So let me take pre and say Lata I have. Lata has say 3000 rupees is the balance. Okay. So this is one table. And I have say another table called transaction master table. In the transaction master table. So let me take date of transaction or let me take account ID is the foreign key and date of transaction. So forget about it. Type. Let us take type and the amounts. Let us simplify the table. So one, who is one? Ravi. Ravi came and he's doing a transaction called cash deposit of say 5000 rupees. Okay. Then you have again Ravi came and made some kind of a cash withdrawals of 1000 rupees. We have, two. Manjunath came a cash deposit. He made, say, 4000 rupees. So as of now, this is the table structure we have. And Lata opened an account with 3000 rupees. After that, she did not turn up. Okay. So these are the columns you may have in this. Okay. Make sure that this is your primary key and this is your foreign key. So you have to create a link between these two. Okay. So this is the primary key here and this table is linked to foreign key. Okay. Now when you join account master and the transaction master, what is the syntax you're going to write? The syntax would be very simple. Select star. Okay. Select star from master, comma, transaction master, where account master dot acid equals to transaction master dot acid. This is what you're going to write. Okay. Select star from am comma tm where am dot acid equals to tm dot acid. When you type this, then what happens is this row would have a matching row. So this row, entire row we're talking about. So this row, this row will have a matching. And again this row and this row has a matching. So you will get this row with these two rows are matched and you have the second row. This row you will have matching with this row. So this row and this row you will have a matching. The final output would be you will have select star I put. So all the columns from the first table, from the second table, all of them will be simply recorded. And for this matching row, this is the matching row, and these elements would be here. And for this, the entire set would be, this will get repeated. Okay. And this entire things will be repeated here. Okay. Now you have, this is the second row, and for the second row, you have a matched row that is this, and this will be repeated for you. Okay, this is the final output you're going to have, and like that you have to understand. That means for 3 there is no matching row here. Since there is no matching row, you never get 3 in your output. Always you have one. So this row and this row will be displayed for you. That is what is the first row. This is the first row. Okay. Then this is one is repeated. Hence this entire row would be repeating. So this is entire row is repeated, and this one you should be able to see it here. So this is what is the second row. Now for the second row, you have this one is the second row. For the second row, you have this is linked. Okay, so that is the third row. You have 1, 2, 3, total 3 rows would be available in inner join. Here you would be getting only the matching rows. Unmatched rows like Lata, you did not get it. So this is the best example you can quote for inner join. Is this clear? Anybody has any issues? So always, if you say inner join always uses what is known as, matched rows. You will be able to get it. Let me give you some more things. Now, if I say how to use more than one table or okay, now here I'm joining these two tables. I'll show you. Let's start from account master and comma and say transaction master. We have a transaction master table. So these two tables I'm linking where you have to say account master dot account ID equals to, you have to say transaction master dot ACAD. Okay, and press F5. Okay, when I press F5, see I have got many rows. So I have 104 here, the 104 got matched to 104. I have 106 here, 106 got matched to 106. Like that, wherever you have, the matching rows, all of them will be displayed. The total count is 43. That is, can you see in this corner? So 43, you can go down. So total rows are how many? 43 combinations you got it. Okay, so this is the example for what inner join. Inner join always gets you what is known as a matching rows. Okay, you can also provide alias here. Say account master as AM and transaction master as TM. And you can say instead of writing entire account master, you can simply say am.acid equals to .acad. This is also perfect. Okay, you can also give alias names to the this one. So this is very clear. And whatever columns you would like to have it, those columns also you can link it. For example, I don't need all the columns here. I would like to take, say, transaction amount. I need DOT, I need status, I need like this. Okay, so for example, I need name. So instead of putting star, you can say name comma, I need DOO. So DOO, date of opening. So then I have a clear balance. So CBA. So I have got C balance. Then all these are from first table. From second table, I am planning to get is transaction amount column only. So TXN amount column. This is from second table. Press F5. So if you don't need all the columns, you can also choose whatever columns you would like to have. Okay, and I need ACID also. So let me put ACID also. Okay, ACID, comma name from DOO, all of them. Then press F5. Then when I press F5, it is giving me another thing, that ambiguous column name, account ID. So what is the meaning of this? When there is ambiguity means the column is available in both tables. So let me show you this. So when I say select star, I have account ID here and I have also account ID here. If the same column is repeated again and again, then SQL Server would confuse from where to get the column. Okay. So when we have the column is repeated again and again, if you simply say account ID, it will give you an error. Comma name, it will again give you error because this does not know where to go and get the column. So you have to say any table you can use it. So I am saying am.acid, go to this table and get the account ID, and this would work. Or you can use the second table, the result set will not change. Okay, so when we have ambiguity, we have to say table name dot column name. So please remember that point. So when you have ambiguity, SQL Server will confuse from where to go and get the data, because the data is available in both tables. If the AC ID is available in both tables, then you have to say in which table you have to go and get the data. So I have to go transaction master or account master dot ACA. Okay. So then you will not be able to find any kind of issues. Otherwise, you will definitely find because this account ID is repeated. So when you have there is a repetition, you can put TM or you can put AM. There is no issue at all. Okay. So this is how you got to understand that and always gets you matching rows. If you put star, there is no issue. Okay. So this is how you should be able to understand. Now, ask you one more question. So, how do I join three tables? So join. So let me tell you the syntax. It's very simple. Our table T1, comma table T2, T3. I have T1, comma T2, comma T3. I'm joining three tables. Where? Okay. You think that table T1 and table 2, T2 are matched and table T3 also need to join with either table T2 or table T1. So first we have to link this. How do you link? You have to say table T1 primary key equals to table T2 dot foreign key. So these two tables are linked using primary key and foreign key. You have a third table. Third table also need to link to either this or this. Depends upon the situation. So this is first thing. Then second thing is you have to say and because you need to write one more expression to join third table. T3 dot primary key equals to. So this may link it to T1 or T2. There is no rule here. So I am taking T3 is joining with T1 dot foreign key. So here, sir, why is that it is linked to T1? There is no rule. It can also link it to T2. There is no issue. So, but you need to join. These two tables have joined relationship, and this is joined with this table. Is joined with this table. Okay. So, and I have used what is known as and is joining three tables. If you want to join, one more table, then here you need to say simply T4 and now the T4 need to join with some table. Either it has to join with this or this or this. So if you want to do, you have to say afterwards, you have to say and use and then you have to say T4 dot primary key T4 may it is joining with T2. Okay, so then you have to say T2 dot foreign key. So like that you should be able to write the syntax. Clear? So you may join n number of tables. There is no issue. There is no problem at all. So ask how many tables you have joined. So I have joined 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So here I have joined four tables. Four tables I have joined. So how many expressions we have written? This is one expression. Joining expression one, second expression. This is the third expression. Okay. So one, three. So three expressions I have used. Three joining expressions I have written. Okay. I have used. Now the formula is if I join n tables, if I join n tables, then you need to have n minus 1 expressions. You have to use it in the where clause. Okay. So that is the note. So what is the note? The note is join n tables. I must have n minus 1 joining expressions in the where in the where clause. Very important tool you need to understand. When I join n tables, for example, now I have joined four tables here. When I join four tables, I have this is first expression, second expression, odd expression. So I have to have, if I joining n tables, I need to have n minus 1 expressions in the where clause. Then only you can say all tables have been joined. Otherwise, you will not say. Even though you put the table name here, if you don't have the expression, those tables will not be joined perfectly. Okay. When your colleagues or when your friends are giving to, asking for you to review code, then first thing is that you have to do how many tables that guy had joined. If that guy is joining, say, 5 tables, then you need to have four primary key and foreign key expressions in your wait clause. Then only that would work perfectly. Otherwise, which is a wrong query, you can directly say. Clear? This is how you have started. Now, hello, hello guys, are you able to hear me? Hello, are you able to hear me?